Hey everybody, welcome to Office Hours. I'm Elaine Pauly, the president of MagnaWave. Usually you see Pat Zemer here, then the legend, also my father, but he is on the road right now. He's taking MagnaWave Express down to Florida, which a lot of people, if you are in the horse world, are doing right now. Everybody kind of just heads to Florida in the winter. So he is on the way down there. So if you are in that area, Pat Zemer will be joining you soon. But I will be taking over today. So if you have any comments, please, in the chat here, please tell me where you're at, who you are, say hello. I'd like to see where everybody is. Hi, Hazel, Northern Michigan. I have the ability to see people's comments this time, so I'm really excited about that. So we have a lot of stuff lined up for office hours today. I am going to call one of our practitioners, longtime practitioner, Scott Fisher. He has an incredible testimonial that he would like to share with you also. We're going to do that here in just a few minutes. Also, we're going to do some giveaways. I always like to give away fun stuff. You can thank Cameron Rush, our sales director, for that. Hi, Amy in Ocala, Florida. Pat is heading your way, Amy. Hi, Dion in Utah. Dion just took my business builder class. It was awesome. I got to know her so well. So I'm really glad to see that you're watching today. Hey, Kathy. Oh, Cameron. Hi, Elaine from next door. So Cameron Rush, our sales director, is just one room over, but he had the great idea to give away some fun stuff today. So we're going to do it live. We're going to give away some cool stuff live. Scott in Northern Indiana. Scott, I'm going to call you shortly in about 10 minutes, about 6 to 8 minutes here. I'm going to give you a call so we can hear your awesome testimonial. So Dolores in Wildwood, Alberta. Wow. Hello, Dolores. Sue in North Carolina. We got Courtney in Northern Alberta, Canada. Let's see. Terry says she's so excited. This is your first one. This is your first office hours. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to office hours. It is a lot of fun and sometimes a mess, but it's a lot of fun. So if you guys have questions, please. Oh, wait. Hazel says, Scott gave me my first ever MagnaWave session. Yeah, Scott Fisher's been with us for a long time. Back when, I don't know how long, but I know it was just about me and my dad only. Maybe Aaron had already started. So he's been with us for at least 5 years. It's been really great having him part of the team, and he has worked on lots of animals and lots of people. So I can't wait to hear his story. And then you all today, I want you to ask any questions that you have for me. If you have questions about PMF, we'll hear from Scott here shortly, and then you guys can ask any questions you have. That is going to enter you in to win some of the giveaways. So one of the things that I'm going to give away today is BrainTap. Ooh, do you see it? It's so hard to tell. So here's the BrainTap, and this is awesome. MagnaWave has been working very closely with BrainTap for a few years. You will win the app. You will win the actual BrainTap and have the ability to purchase the app if you want. If you purchase the app through MagnaWave, we have special sessions with BrainTap. In the app, talks all about PMF, what PMF is, what it does. So if you are a business owner or you are a practitioner and you would like to introduce somebody to PMF and you would like to, have them understand what it does, you could simply put the BrainTap on them and they could sit there and listen to the whole MagnaWave spiel, the whole elevator pitch about what MagnaWave is, what PMF is, and how it's affecting their body. So it's a really cool partnership with BrainTap. Besides the cool stuff that MagnaWave offers in the app, there is also a ton of other modules, I guess, where there's smoking cessation, weight loss. We have a whole one that is exclusive to MagnaWave, again, all about being a rider, working with horses and getting, back out of your head, and how much, your mental stability affects riding. And that is just a very big part of anybody who has horses. They understand how you are and how you are mentally. So those classes are also in the BrainTap. So it has red lights, white lights, and then all of these awesome classes. And when I first heard about the BrainTap, somebody had said to me, that just doesn't sound realistic. And I was kind of on that same page. It seemed like it was too good to be true. Like, what is this? How could this possibly work, putting on these headphones with these lights and hearing somebody speak? They did this really cool thing is they told me to close my eyes. If you're watching right now, do it. Close your eyes. And if you are, all you have to do is pretend like you are in your kitchen and I'm handing you a beautiful, juicy plump lemon, and I'm handing it over to you, and I'm going to cut a big slice of it. You're holding it in your hand, and then you take a slice of that lemon and you put it in your mouth and you take a bite. And if you really visualize that process, your mouth probably watered. And that was something that was very powerful for me, because I realized, wow, like your brain is so important to your stability physically. It can actually, if it thinks that something's happening or it believes it, it will make it happen to you physically and emotionally and mentally. It is amazing. So taking these classes, I've actually used the BrainTap with my children. So it's just a really great overall modality that works awesome with what we're already doing with PEMF and MagnaWave. Because when you're using the MagnaWave, a lot of times you're on your phone, you're not really checking out mentally and really taking that time. And this really adds that new, that mental component to using the MagnaWave machine, which the Wave Oasis does as well. So the Wave Oasis with the vibration and the binaural beats also does very similar thing as what the BrainTap does. But this is very compact, easy to use. It's awesome. And it is, what is the word I'm looking for? It is wireless. It does Bluetooth, so you don't have to actually have a wire plugged into your phone. Again, the person who wins this today gets the BrainTap, and if they want to purchase the app through us, they can. They get 15 days of it for free. And then after that, they can purchase the app directly from us for the whole year, or they can just buy the modules they want one by one. So it is awesome. One of you all is going to win today. So let's see. Sandy, good morning from California. If anybody has any questions about the BrainTap throughout the show, or throughout office hours today, I'd be happy to answer those, as well as anything about our products. We have a lot of really cool stuff coming up with MagnaCon, but I'm going to talk about that later on. So Scott, I think I have your correct phone number. Go ahead, pull it up here so that we can give Scott a call. Again, Scott is a longtime practitioner with MagnaWave and has a great testimonial he's going to share with us today. So he actually spoke to my dad earlier today, and my dad called me and said, you have got to talk to Scott. So I believe him. I'm excited to hear this. That is all I know, is that my dad said call him. So that is as much of the story as I have. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a ring here. Hopefully it can hear that. Yeah. Sarah Marie just asked, how do you enter to win the BrainTap? You just keep commenting.
Scott.
Hey, Scott, it's Elaine.
Hey, Elaine, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to hear your story.
Yeah, it's a very heartwarming story. I mean, I've known this family for 2 years. I've been treating the parents and the kids off and on for back problems and knee problems and stomach issues. And then the 29th of July, I believe, their oldest boy got his eye shot.
Shot?
A rubber BB? Plastic BB.
Ouch.
Yeah, and it completely separated the iris from the retina.
Oh, so that was very painful. Did he have vision loss?
Oh, completely. The doctor said they couldn't save the eye. They said the eye had to come out, and they'd have to replace it with a fake eye.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. That's devastating. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
It was, because, and the family called me and wanted to know what I could do with it. And I said, I don't know. That sounds pretty bad. But I said, let's give it 2 weeks to make sure there's no bleeding, and then we'll start. And I've been treating him twice a week. Now, since about 2 weeks will be about the first part of August, I've been treating him twice a week, every week. And not only is he going to be able to save the eye, it sounds like he could have 100% vision left.
What? So how long have you been treating him? You said July 29th. So you've been treating him twice a week for 2 weeks, and his vision is coming back?
You can see right now, the only bad thing right now is he has a cataract. Okay. And he goes in the end of this month and has the cataract removed. And they're going to finish, because the treatments have actually had to go back and attach itself to the retina.
Wow. What does the doctor say? Have they spoken to their doctor?
They have. And actually, I'm going to hand the phone here to Ruby Yoder, the mother of this son, and she can tell you everything in detail from what the doctors, the surgeons, and everybody has said.
Okay, great.
Okay, here she is.
Hi, Ruby.
This is
Hi, this is Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So Scott just informed me about the eye and your son's eye and, getting shot with the BB. And they said that he was going to have the eye, taken out completely and he was never going to have vision. And so tell us a little bit more about that and where they are now.
So he was shot in July, the last of July. And we took him in and they said that a very slight chance that they're going to be able to save the eye, if any at all. So his eyeball was completely filled with blood, and we asked Scott if he could MagnaWave the eye, and he said he would, with the doctor's permission, since it was completely full of blood. And the doctor gave us his permission. He said he doesn't know about MagnaWave, but he said it can only help because there's nothing, at this point, there was no getting worse. Mm-hmm. So we started MagnaWaving, and the blood completely drained off his eye in 2 weeks. And the doctor did not expect that.
Wow.
So he said, now we're worried about inflammation setting in and scar tissue. And within another 2 weeks, we went in, and the doctor just laughed. He was 1,000,000% better, is how the doctor put it. And he had, what was left of his iris was just a diagonal strip across his eye. And they said during surgery, they're just going to take off what's left of his iris and put on a fake iris. And with him being MagnaWave twice a week, his iris has actually grown back to the point of they're not going to be taking off what's left of his iris. There's so much iris there, and it's responding to light. And they're just going to repair what's left of the iris. They're going to repair. So much iris has grown back that they can actually just repair what's there. They're not taking it off.
That is amazing, Ruby. That is great. So you're happy. How's your son feel about this?
He's amazed.
That is
yes.
This is great. And it never stops amazing me hearing these type of stories. So the doctor, you said when you first went to the doctor, you said he laughed. Like, what did he say? He was like shocked by the results?
He was shocked with the results. He said, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. I also gave him a lot of vitamin A supplements.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just continuing doing the MagnaWave twice a week. His surgery is the end of October.
So they expect him to be able to have full vision after that surgery? They
expect that, yes.
So all you've been doing is the vitamin A supplements and the MagnaWave sessions?
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing, Ruby. I'm so glad that this has helped you all so much. I mean, that's the reason I love what we do, because it's just so wonderful to hear these type of stories. Like, it could have been so different for him if he wouldn't have tried MagnaWave. Like, he would have, might have actually they were going to take the eye out, right?
Yeah, that was the plan. They didn't expect it to make a recovery.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing, Ruby.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow.
Elaine?
Yes.
Elaine, I also, right quick, while she's here, to me, it's not as big a deal because I've helped over 1,000 people with back problems. So it's no surprise to me, but she would like to say something about her husband's back and what I did for him as well.
Okay. That's great.
Okay, here she is.
Hi.
Hey, Ruby, tell me about your husband.
Okay. My husband has been having back pain for a year. On the floor, in bed for a few days, not able to move at all. And we started MagnaWaving twice a week for several months, and then down to once a week, and then every 2 weeks. And he's gotten to the point where he has no back pain, and he MagnaWaves maybe once every couple months. That's all.
Wow.
So it has helped tremendous with his back pain.
So the back pain is gone.
Back pain is gone. He just MagnaWaves just to keep on top of it, just for maintenance.
Yeah, that's very important. And what I really like about what you're saying is, and what I relate to is, my husband also has very bad back pain, and I mean it's a strain on the entire family when somebody is in pain like that. I mean, it's everybody deals with the stress of them being hurting. So it's not just remarkable for him, but it's remarkable for you and the quality of life of your family.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's wonderful. And I love that you mentioned that he's only doing it wellness sessions every once in a while. Now, a lot of people think they have to do it 2 times a week or 3 times a week for the rest of their lives. But once you get ahead of it, it's kind of amazing how long the body can, heal itself.
You're right. That's what's happening. So
wonderful. Well, look at this. This is great. Scott Fisher has helped you all a lot. I am so glad that you were able to use the machine with him.
Me too.
Thank you so much, Ruby.
So,
that's great.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
That's wonderful, Scott. Like, this is a great, like you said, it's back pain I've heard a lot of for years and years and years, but it never stops amazing me, like how it can really change a family dynamic whenever somebody's in that type of pain and then they feel better.
Absolutely. Like, they told me that he'd went to chiropractors couldn't help him. Nothing helped him. He was, when we first started, I think the first actually 2 weeks I treated him every other day for 20 minutes every other day. And in 2 weeks' time, he'd had a huge recovery already. And he was like, I expected to do this for several months. I said, no. We don't need to do it this often. I said, let's cut it back to twice a week. And we did that for a while. And then we cut it back to once a week. And then we got to going every 2 weeks. And now, I think this summer, I've only treated him once this summer.
Yeah.
Now, I treat Ruby, the woman you just spoke with, and of course her son and her daughter once in a while. They got some stomach issues and stuff like that. But yeah, his back pain, he just doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, because you know what it does is the MagnaWave isn't the thing that's making him better. It's his body. So whenever you allow the body to be as healthy as possible, then a lot of things can actually, your body wants to feel, it wants to heal itself, right?
Exactly. It's the body healing itself. It's not the MagnaWave doing healing. It's helping the body heal itself.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's a perfect testimonial to that, because what actually happened was you got ahead of that inflammation and we're able to give the body the tools it needed to get better. So that is amazing. So this family is very, very lucky to have you in their area, Scott. That is really wonderful what you've done with them.
And I'm very lucky to have them as well. I'm happy to have all my clients. Everybody, everybody's appreciative, and MagnaWave has changed my life dramatically in the last 5 years.
Well, thank you so much, Scott. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. This is why I love this job. I love hearing stories like this.
Exactly. This is all I do for 6 weeks. Sometimes I get calls from Tennessee. I'm now working a week.
Wow.
And I don't even advertise. You know me, I don't advertise.
Yeah.
Word of mouth has got me all of my business. And like I said, I'm very thankful for MagnaWave, and I'm very thankful to be able to deliver it to people to help them heal and get better.
That's wonderful. I'm thankful to have you, Scott. I'm thankful so much that you were able to share these stories today and help that young man with his eye issue and help the dad. It's just fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this today.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye. Wow, that was amazing. I didn't need to read your comments. This is just what a great testimonial. When you can help somebody's eye, like a child not lose an eye, that is astounding to me. I've never actually heard a testimonial like that. I have heard where people have treated or worked with animals and humans with eye issues, but I have actually never seen anything where they were going to lose the eye. So, and it was very important that he got, clearance from the doctor. It is very important to work with medical professionals. This PEMF and MagnaWave are not like a one-hit wonder. It's going to fix everything. That's just not going to happen. You need to always talk to a doctor, and especially if they're currently under medical care with a doctor, so that doctor understands what you're doing, so they can really, evaluate the entire modality and what is happening to their patient. But that is a fantastic story. So I'm really excited about them sharing that today. So let me go through some of the questions we got here. Let's see here. Let's go back up here. So Amy Thomas asked, she wanted to ask about what we're doing to get set up with zoos. I would be, let me see, popped away there. Be very interested. Would love to be able to volunteer at local wildlife rescues as well as the Tampa Zoo. So if you're unfamiliar, last time I did office hours with my dad. We did talk about working with the association that actually regulates what can go on with the zoos and what modalities can come in. And we have begun the process working with them, Amy. We have to basically fill out paperwork. We have to give them all the information that they've requested, which we've started doing. We're actually just teamed up with a elephant rescue in Tennessee, I believe, and they are going to be using the MagnaWave machines on the elephants, which is part of some of the information that we need to give to the association. So that is where we are. We are just in the middle of getting all of the stuff that they need to them. I don't expect it to take years or anything. We just, a couple more weeks, maybe a month, and we'll have a clearer picture of when that will be finished. So there you go, Amy. Thank you so much, Bradley. Okay, so let's see. How much is the application for the BrainTap? This is from Sue, and also the cost of the modules too. So the app for the BrainTap, I believe you can pay $36 a month. Once you purchase the BrainTap, you could pay $36 a month. I believe that's what they charge, BrainTap charges, to have access to everything. If you purchase it from MagnaWave, the app is, I'm going to say $250, and that's a year of unlimited everything. So you're called what's considered a power user. So you get access to everything that BrainTap has for that $250. So there you go. It's awesome. I mean, there's so much stuff, so much content in there. It is amazing. And if you purchase the app for the 1 year from us, you do get access to the MagnaWave modules, which are the ones that talk about the riding, being a rider, and the ones that talk about what PEMF is and what it does to the body. So those are exclusively through us. So that would be the best way to go about getting access to those. Let's see here. Okay. So we're talking about, not really, does the BrainTap work with MagnaWave during a session, or is it separate educational tool? Dion, you can use the BrainTap during a session, but you cannot be treating the head. So just like anything else, there is computer chips and stuff in the BrainTap. So you do not want to put the MagnaWave on top of it or around it whenever you're treating, whenever you're using the BrainTap. So anything from the shoulders down is fine. You just don't want to be treating the head directly. A lot of times people want to use it with the Wave Oasis or the Vibration Oasis. That is totally fine. You just want the PEMF part of the machine, of the Wave Oasis off. When you are doing the BrainTap, you could still run the Wave Oasis with just the vibration, and it can work with the BrainTap so that the music and everything is plugged into that Wave Oasis. But you don't want to do that when the PEMF is running, because if you've ever seen the Wave Oasis, it does come up about here on your head. So there's PEMF actually in that area. So you want to make sure that you don't use it when the PEMF is on. But anything else, like all of our other attachments that work with our machines, anything from the shoulders down, you're great. Sue asked, do you have any Business 101 live sessions? Sue, I have a business builder class that I teach, which is a 6-week long course. And I'm about a little over halfway through my second one. And it is a really great class. And it's about 5 to 10 people at a time. And we go through everything from setting up, your branding and everything, your branding, your colors, all the way to like, should you become an LLC? How do you market, QuickBooks, what apps to use, really how to set things up. And then we also set up goals for the next year to 2 years, depending on what your goals are and where you need to be at every few months to make sure that you hit that goal. So, which is very important in anybody that's ever run a business. If you don't have a plan and goals to reach, and you have to keep reevaluating those as you grow, you will not ever get to where you want to be without that roadmap. So that Business 101 or that Business Builder class is available now. I think the next one starts, I want to say, in about 3 weeks. So if you'd like to sign up for that, you can do that in the practitioner portal, or you can email support@mwpmf.com, and we'll go ahead and send you out that information. So it's great. And it's really good that there's only people, it's like one-on-one, and there's a class every single week. It's an hour long, but an hour and a half sometimes every week. And we meet, and then there's a workbook that you complete and you do your homework in between. So I really get to spend some time talking to everybody and addressing their issues. So I really recommend taking the class. So Dawn says, Dawn and myself are, I think this is not Dawn. I believe this is Bob and Dawn's email, he says. So Dawn and myself are very new to MagnaWave. We are just in video assessment parts. We are really looking forward to getting started on our new business. Great. I would recommend that you and Dawn take the business builder class. If you are a partners or spouses or whatever, you only have to pay for one business builder. You only have to pay for one person, and both of you can attend if you have the same business. So if you're in business together, you can both watch the videos and join, work with me. Let's see. Bill says the class is awesome. Definitely worth it. Thank you, Bill. It is really great. I love it. So we are going to give away the BrainTap, like I said before, today. And I'm just going to randomly pick a number, and whoever is counted during that number, then they will win. So we'll just count down. Does that work, Chris? Chris is, yep. Okay, good. Lindsay said business class was amazing, extremely helpful starting my business. Yes. So if you are interested in taking the business class, I really recommend that if you just got a machine, that you complete your certification, have the machine for about three months possibly, and get some use of it under your belt, and then start my class. If you are trying to complete certification and do the class at the same time, it is way too much work. You need to finish the certification and then start the class afterwards, so that we can really start working with you and building out a plan to keep moving. Now, some people who have done the class have been in business for 10 years. Some of them have been in business for 3 years, 5 years. If you are in a place where you really are kind of struggling with direction on what your next steps need to be, are you going to hire somebody? Do you want to quit your full-time job and do this all the time as your full-time job? Then it's a great time to take the class. Even if you've had your machine for years, if you are ready to really nail your business down and get your branding on point and set some goals for the next 2 years, then I would recommend taking the class. Dawn and Bob already paid for it, so they're looking forward to taking the class. Awesome. I cannot wait. So we will have a one-on-one call here in a few weeks. I'll get to know you guys more, and then we will start the classes. So that's great. That's awesome. Okay. So let's see. The BrainTap is very interesting. Tina, the thing about it that's so cool is that the lights, the red lights and the white lights, have their own positivity. They do their own stuff as well. They're beneficial. That's the word I'm looking for. But also just the way that the modules are set up, the music, and the way that the content is presented is just a fantastic way. I've had a lot of success with smoking cessation in people. If you are looking to stop smoking and you cannot get past it, this is they do some really cool classes with that. Weight loss is a big one in there. Just getting your mind-body connection back in order it's really an important thing, especially right now with everything that's going on in the world, the election and everybody, COVID. There is mental health is a big problem in our society. And I found that the BrainTap has been a really great tool for me and my family to really just kind of recenter and figure out, calm down and think about what we want to be and where we want to go, and kind of bring that mind-body connection back. Okay, so we have a question from JJ. What type of electrolytes do you recommend for a person? I have a client with cancer who has finished a round of chemo and gets his rental today. I told him it was extremely important to stay hydrated, so suggested electrolytes as well. 2 things. I always recommend that people drink mineral water instead of purified water. If you are drinking water bottle purified water, you're not helping yourself at all. So that water is, all the minerals have been taken out of it. When you are MagnaWaving or using PEMF of any type, you are detoxing your body just like you would after a deep tissue massage. They tell you to drink water, your body detoxes. So it's very important to be, what you're putting back in your body is minerals. You don't want to just put, water with a high pH level back into your body. So I really recommend that you tell them to drink mineral water, which is just any spring water. Spring water can consist of mineral water as long as it's not been purified. I don't drink purified water at all, ever. So I'm a big, big proponent of having mineral water, spring water. Trace minerals is what I recommend to give him besides just electrolytes. JJ, I recommend trace minerals. You can find trace minerals online. It's basically a HydroWave has trace minerals in it as well. So these trace minerals are what your body detoxes out. There's lots of different supplements for that. I've actually shared some of my favorite ones in a past webinar, and I can do that again. But really, trace minerals, bottom line, if you go online and you read some reviews, it's usually just a small bottle with a dropper, and you just put 1 drop in a glass of of water, spring water, and drink it very quickly. That's the best thing to do after a session. So I would recommend that he does that. He also needs to talk to his doctor about any medications, since he does have cancer and he's finished his chemo, about, that he's using this modality. But trace minerals, and then, a Gatorade never hurt anybody for electrolytes. So I recommend that. So Terry says she's going to sign up after this. For the business builder class. That's awesome. Rion says she uses the BrainTap and loves it. My clients love it. Ready to buy a second headset. Yes, it is awesome. I love the BrainTap. It's just really, if you're familiar with MagnaWave at all and what we're trying to do here, we're a lot more than just PEMF. Like, we really just want to bring really awesome modalities that are easy to use and have excellent benefits that are not, a lot of people aren't aware of. And BrainTap, even though it's popular, I just realized that it really does enhance the benefits of everything else we do. So just like the LZR, I love the red light in the LZR. I cannot tell you the results that I've seen. I was just speaking to somebody the other day, I believe it was Joanne here in our office, and her husband had some elbow pain. And he had been using the MagnaWave, but he started adding the LZR in, and the results were amazing for him. Like, his elbow pain is getting better so much faster. So if you haven't looked at the LZR, I recommend adding it to your business. It is a fantastic complementary modality. Okay. Sabrina says, does insurance cover treatments? How do we submit claims? So right now, insurance does not cover treatments. Now, there are, for the LZR, you are able to do that. The best way to do it is to get a prescription from a doctor for red light heat therapy, which is what the LZR is. So if a doctor writes a prescription of that and the person has good insurance, then all they do is they pay you for a session. You send them a paid invoice. They submit that that prescription and the paid invoice to their insurance. Some insurance will give you 100% of the LZR session back or give it to them. Some will give a portion of an LZR session. So that's about it. So I actually posted in the certified group the other day information about billing and some codes, some billing codes. You don't necessarily need those codes unless you are a medical professional that has the ability to bill insurance. If you don't have the ability to bill insurance, that's a great sheet for the person that you're treating to have. So if they want to go to their insurance and say, hey, do you cover any of these, and give them the codes, they will be able to look that up for them. So again, you want to get a prescription though from a doctor that you can really, you want to get a prescription from the doctor so you can, really submit that with validity. Don says, hi, Elaine, I'm newly certified practitioner. I have a question regarding guidelines for 2 prospective clients. Has anybody, have the clients had EDS and lymphedema? I am not familiar with those 2 things, Donna, but I will tell you this. If it doesn't matter what is going on, it's kind of like what Scott Fisher talked about with his back, with the back pain. As long as the doctor said it was okay for him to treat, it's all about just letting the body do itself. It really doesn't matter what the indication is. It's kind of like if eating healthier and working out make you healthier and help you not get sick. Yes. So MagnaWave and PEMF are very similar to that. Like, if you are using MagnaWave in your life and you are treating your animals and treating yourself, the body then is able, it oxygenates the blood. It allows your body to take care of some of these issues like the EDS. So I would recommend just using the machine, doing full body sessions. I mean, that's anytime anybody asks me any indication, I'm not a doctor. So all I say is, yes, let's give it a try. You really have nothing to lose in majority of the cases. Like, you're not going to get worse. All that's going to happen is you're going to allow the body to feel better. So I would recommend allow the body to heal itself too. So that's what it does. I mean, we don't know. And a lot of times when a horse is lame, we don't know what is causing that lameness. But a lot of times vets will recommend that a practitioner comes out and uses the machine because the horse feels better. The horse begins to heal itself. And that is finding out that exact issue isn't what we do. What we do is we just allow the horse to heal itself. And that's the same thing with humans. So the issue of anything that you bring up to me today, I'm going to tell you to do a half of a session to start. So you would do a half of what you would regularly do, and then ask them did you detox, see how they felt the next day. And if they feel great and they didn't have any issues, or even if they did detox, that's okay. You just don't want to give them a full session yet. You kind of want to judge on how they're feeling. And then you would go into doing that twice a week, like Scott did, full body sessions. Even you could treat the areas that, where the lipedema may be, but you also want to do the full body because you want to oxygenate all the blood. So that's my recommendation. Have there been any success stories about using MagnaWave and HydroWave on a cancer patient undergoing chemo? So we don't recommend that you use MagnaWave when somebody is undergoing chemotherapy, unless the doctor tells you to do so. Chemotherapy is a poison, and when it gets into the system, you do not want to add any type of modalities to anybody that's undergoing cancer treatment without talking to the doctor about what they're doing. They're balancing what medications they're giving them and how they're, using the chemotherapy based on them not doing any of this stuff. So if you are adding other things in, they just definitely need to know. We do have Hope for Cancer has used MagnaWave for years. They have machines at all 7 of their facilities. So they believe in it, but they do it with under the guise of a doctor and then with other things as well. Majority of the time, what we've seen is people have felt better. There's lots of great, I don't want to make any claims in terms of cancer, but I would recommend that they finish chemotherapy completely. The HydroWave is just also a fantastic addition. If during chemotherapy, as long as the doctor is okay, you can use the HydroWave. We've had several doctors who have allowed that to happen. So again, have them talk to their medical professionals. And then, Hope for Cancer uses the machines in their facilities. I guess that's the best that I can say in terms of success rates with cancer. If anybody has one and wants to post their success with any indications, I'd be happy to read it here for you. Donna says EDS is a disease of the connective tissue. You're concerned about the detox effect. So Donna, you just need to speak to the person about this. Like, hey, detoxing is good. I mean, that's what you want to happen. So there is no reason to be concerned. Like, they need to understand that they need to drink the mineral water. They need to have the trace minerals, and they need to talk to their doctor. But if you feel, a little, sore afterwards for the first one, that just means that your body's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's getting all of that crumb out. And sometimes when you detox, it can be through your stomach. So you might feel nauseous. Sometimes it can be soreness as it leaves the muscles. You just want to replenish that back. And you're just allowing the body to heal. That's the purpose of using PMF. So I wouldn't be concerned about it. You just need to explain that to the person before, so they're well aware that if this happens to you, that means it's working, not hurting. Let's see. So Suzanne says MagnaWave would help the pain associated with EDS. Has anyone worked with hernias in horses? And Courtney has replied and said, depending on the severity of the hernia, the horse will usually need surgery. Hernia is a big deal. I mean, hernia in humans is a big deal. Hernia in animals, like, that is definitely something you want to talk to the doctor. I'm not saying you can't use it. My husband has had one. We have treated him for years, but he did have surgery. So I think that it is definitely something you want to address with a doctor, because there's something out of place and it's where it's not supposed to be. So that can't be, the machine is not going to put that back. It's not going to, if a bone is broken, it's not going to, make the bone so it's unbroken immediately. Like, that is a process. It needs to be set. It needs to be in a cast. Those type of things need to happen to make sure that that their body heals correctly and in the right way. Let's see. Any recommendation on working with pet rescues? Any special paperwork? Do you charge anything different, or is it considered a donation? Any input would be appreciated. Okay, Becky, I have done this. So I just walked down and brought information. If you are a certified MagnaWave practitioner, I recommend that you go into the practitioner portal. We have some really good small animal and large animal resources, especially with what are the words I'm looking for here? Like actual trials, like clinical trials, like really great information. And we have all sorts of I always use the one that looks like a big business card. I'm like, my brain is gone today, but I use those and I take it. It's just 1 and 2 sides. It's information about small animals and pet rescues. There's one about horses, but it's just basic information. Plus I bring one of those studies printed out. I went down and I actually talked to one of the local pet rescues. And I just said, hey, I just want to treat for free. Like, I just want to come in and work with you with the vet that worked with them and say, I just want to, any animals, throw me your worst cases. and I just want to give, my services for free. And what ended up happening from that is that first of all, the vet was like, if you want to come in here and work with these animals, I'm fine with it. And she gave me some of the hardest cases she had. The results were amazing, obviously, because it works. The dogs felt better. Some of them with hip dysplasia. I mean, it was just really a great process. After dogs would be hit by cars and they would have issues after surgery. And so we were able to work with them. And I did all of that at no charge, because what it ended up doing was that vet ended up telling so many other vets about it. It became a way for me to just network and get into a new area that I had not been into before. So I recommend, going, if you are starting a business or you wanting to get into another area of the business, like small animals and doing a pet rescue, I would recommend, taking that information that's in the practitioner portal and doing at least a few weeks for free and saying, let me just show you what this can do. And majority of the time, those people will end up being your biggest supporters in the long run, which is what you need. You want people to share their success. Okay. So that's, Becky, that's what I would recommend doing. Let's see. Sabrina asked, do you treat full body every session, or do you mainly concentrate on specific areas? When I first start treating any animal or a person, I treat full body, a half session, but I do a full body session. So instead of 30 to 45 minutes, I may do 20. I recommend doing full body majority of the time when you're first starting. That's me. Usually when you just do one area, that's great, but you're not oxygenating all the blood in the body at the same time. So I recommend when you're starting with somebody, doing the full body for at least for the first couple of sessions. And then once, like what happened with Scott, once they start getting so much better, they start feeling better, the animal starts feeling better, you can start spot treating, because the body has begun the healing process itself. So I recommend doing full body majority of the time when I'm first starting out with anything. Okay, so Donna says, totally understand the MagnaWave won't repair the hernia. Will it worsen the hernia to treat the horse at this point? I would talk to the vet. There's nothing, MagnaWave is not going to worsen anything. It's not going to make an injury worse. It's just like we talked about earlier, it can help the body function better, which would then allow the body to do what it can for the hernia area. So no, I wouldn't treat directly on a hernia, specifically if you are treating a horse, because they can't talk, and so that area can be painful. So what I would do is just treat the other areas of the body. You're going to oxygenate all the blood, which will in turn allow the body to help that area as well. So Becky says, thanks, Elaine. They already asked me to work on the animals at the Apache Junction, Arizona Rescue, including reptiles, but we didn't talk pricing. So I figured it would be great advertising. Yes, go into this as an opportunity to invest in your business. Go in and ask them and just be very serious. Like, look, I'm going to do this. You guys want me to work with you. Will you please take pictures and videos? Will you allow me to use this content for my page? And will you share it on your page and on your website? Maybe if this works out well, majority of the time they love to do that, because just tell them the truth. Please share. If you are happy with me, will you please share that? And that's usually the best way to go about that content. You can use, reuse, share for years to come. So as long as they give you permission. And if you go in the portal, there is a waiver that you could have the vet or the person that is in charge there sign, that does allow that does have the photo description in there, so that you can use photographs. You get them to sign that and use video. You want to tell them you're doing it, obviously, but that will also cover you as well. So you can use that stuff, as you move forward. Sue says, has anyone worked on reptiles? Yes, absolutely. We have treated, we've worked on fish. We've worked on all sorts of different types of reptiles, snakes, lizards. I would recommend going in the certified group and searching some of those names. There's 9 to 10 years worth of content. Turtles is a big one. I know it's kind of off topic, but turtles we've recently started working with some turtles. So yes, reptiles, absolutely. Let's see. Somebody is saying something that's cutting it off. So Hazel says, I was doing a full body on a Jack Russell and she turned around because she knew the stop that needed it. Okay. So I think you're saying that the Jack Russell moved to the area that needed it. That's awesome. That's what you want to do. If horses will do that too, they'll kind of push you into an area where they want you to move the coil. That's totally normal. I do that with humans. If somebody is wanting to come in to my house and have a wellness session, I usually just show them how to put it on, like use it. And then I set it on a comfortable setting. And then I just allow them to move the coil around. I mean, that's the best way for them to find where the issue is. But with animals, when you can't, where it feels good, you want them to find where it feels the best so that you can find that area of sensitivity. And that's why I love our mobile app so much, the MagnaWave app, because you can actually, like, if you're treating a horse and you see areas of sensitivity on that horse, you can actually drop pins on the drawing of the horse and send that to the vet and send that to the owner and trainer and say, hey, this is what the machine showed me today. And then they can take that and do the diagnosing. They can take that and apply it to whatever what issues they know is going on. So it's very important that we don't diagnose. We don't make claims. What we're doing is we're just showing what the machine said, much like an x-ray tech does. They can look and say, okay, this is what the x-ray shows. And that's what MagnaWave does. These are the areas of sensitivity. Now a vet can take that information, or a doctor can take that information and use it, use it how they will to find out what issues are happening. Okay. So Courtney says, I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to try. Growing pains in young, growing, large breed dogs. She's had awesome results. My daughter had very severe growing pains in her legs. And she went from, if anybody knows my daughter, Georgia, she's 13 now, but she was, one day she was a girl. And then within a few months, it was like she was a grown woman. Like she grew so quickly. Her legs had issues. And the doctor actually gave us a name for it. And so I started treating her, and we had excellent results with growing pains in her as well. So relieving some of that inflammation, allowing the body to take care of itself, definitely a role. And that's the same. I mean, biology is biology. So a lot of times with dogs, I mean, those same issues, as they grow very quickly, they need that relief too, and that pain relief. Okay. So Amy says, the lab I was using the LZR on this morning moved his elbow around on it and pushed his elbow into it. Yes. Animals love the LZR because it's warm too. So adding that warmth into the what you're doing is excellent. I mean, it really is. I love the LZR and that it has that warmth. So that felt good to that animal. So yes, they will tell you subtly, especially I like to do treatments with animals with the owner and trainer there first. Because I don't know that animal as much and I want to get to know them. And I find that their behavior may not seem different to me because I don't know them. But for the owner, they will be like, oh my gosh, like he never does that, or she never moves that way, or oh my gosh, she's so much more relaxed. Like this is amazing. So I recommend doing your first sessions always with the owner and the trainer, because it really does give them an idea of what is happening. And it also allows you to really understand that animal better for future sessions. Okay. Terry asks, has anyone worked with a client to try and raise their platelets? If so, how often before a difference is noticed? So Terry, I have not worked with a client that's tried to get their platelets, but I would tell you this, there is no one way that that everybody is going to notice a difference. Like that's not going to happen. So if everybody's body is different. So platelet increase for one person could be, or one animal could be, a week, 2 days. One could be 6 months. So it depends on what other issues that person has going on, or that animal has going on, when results are going to be seen. A lot of times what I find is people overthink PEMF and MagnaWaving. They want to say, I need an exact roadmap for let's say laminitis or whatever issues a horse has or a human has. There is no roadmap, okay? And any company that is telling you that there is a roadmap and there's one way to treat an animal, that you do it by zones, has no idea what they're talking about. I'm telling you that right now. We have been doing this since 2002, and I will tell you that every single being is different in how this machine will help them, because it is allowing their body to do what their body needs to do. So there isn't a way for anybody to say, oh, well, you're going to see a difference in a month. You're going to see a difference in 2 weeks. You have to let the machine help the body and the body help itself. So that's what I would recommend telling anybody is like, yes, if they ask you, hey, insert any indication, is it worth trying? Absolutely, it's worth trying. Absolutely. But you have to agree to do at least 3, 4, 5 sessions with me and if you agree to that roadmap with me, then we will get through this and see. A lot of times after 2 or 3, they will notice such a difference. And it's kind of like Scott said with the man with the back issues. Within 2 weeks, he had noticed such a huge difference, but they've continued the wellness sessions to maintain those results. So I would recommend just going in confidently using the MagnaWave app. If you do not already have it, get it. It has a ton of guidelines which give you an idea of what other people have done, but you need to tailor that for the animal that you're working with or the person. Dawn says 6-year-old has growing pains. Is it okay? Is it okay to treat young children 4 and 6 years old? Yes, but sorry, thirsty, talking a lot. But like anything else, you all, it's important to talk to the doctor. We have all of those studies and research in the back end of the practitioner portal. If they would like some actual research study, I recommend getting those, handing those to the doctor, let them educate themselves. Tell them what you're doing. My daughter broke her arm. I explained to them what I was going to be doing, and they agreed that it was fine for us to continue use. But I will tell you this. I have treated all of my children. I have treated my youngest daughter. She's 2. She literally, I've put it up on my Facebook page or my Instagram, a PMF life, where my daughter, like I put the circle down, she literally goes and sits in it. One of my very close friends sent me a video of her son treating himself today because he says it helps him run faster. That's what I woke up to this morning. Like, we treat our children. My daughter, I found that it helps calm her down, and she, as a toddler. I also treated her, and when she was a baby, and this is my decision to do. Again, talk to the doctor, but I held my daughter in my hand and I treated myself. I held her with the loop, like on my lap, and I treated myself. And she had some issues with, her nose, right, like runny nose. She had some issues when she first started getting sick, and I've treated that. So, yes, I think it's totally fine as long as it's okay with the doctor. There's nothing. We have actually machines over in Europe that are used in a NICU to help with oxygenation of very young babies. So absolutely. But again, always treat very low, short amount of time. See how they feel after 10 minutes. See how they feel the next day. It's fine. Okay. We have 100 messages so far, so that gives me an idea, Chris. I'll pick a number somewhere down there, and then we can see where somebody is and give away that BrainTap because we're almost done. But before we're done, if you are watching this today, I really want to show you our map on our website. We get a lot of people who have questions about how to find a practitioner. You don't have to purchase a machine to have results. There are hundreds, thousands of practitioners all around the United States, and Chris is going to show that. Will you show that map? Chris, he's going to pull that up to show you guys where it is on our website. If you go to MagnaWavePMF.com, there is a yellow icon. It's always there in the corner on the side. You see it says find a MagnaWave practitioner near you. If you click that, it will take you to a form that you fill out that gives us the most information so that we can match you with the closest person. So Chris is going to fill that out with our basic information here in Louisville. For our office, and that's going to take us down to the people in our area, but you can also move that map around. So what this does is this also will send you an email after you fill this out. It will also send you an email with the information of the closest people near you so that you can follow up with them. So when that starts being here, you'll be able to see, here it is. So you can see right here that this is the people in our area, but you can also, once you filled out that form once, you can put in different area codes, like for your mom, your sister, your whatever. If you're looking for a practitioner for them, you can also move that around. So he's in Los Angeles, which was the practitioner in that area for horses, which is what he's on right now. So you could also select for people, for animals, and it really will just, you can see, look at all those red dots, and we have people all over the world. So that is just a really great way to find a practitioner that you can use. So there's no reason, if you are interested in using PMF, you can see we have people in Africa, we have people in the UK and Europe, South America. So check it out. Go check out the website, find a practitioner near you if you're interested in using a machine and trying it on any of your issues. You don't have to spend money and have a machine for yourself It's just a really great way to get help. So Chris, thank you for showing me that. If you are a practitioner, you can actually, again, log into the website, and that map is available to you with no form. So you do not have to fill it out. You can search that map, find other practitioners in different areas. So if one of your clients is going to Canada and you're in Florida and they're looking for a practitioner, you can easily find the closest practitioner to them without filling that form out, just by logging into our website. Okay, let's see. All right, so really quickly, I want to go over something. Sue, if you purchase the MagnaWave app on one computer, can it be added onto additional computer? You have to pay the fee twice. So it's $24.99, and if you are logged in as your Google account or your Apple account, you should not have to, and you've bought it on that account, you shouldn't have to pay twice. So it's whatever you bought. If you bought it on your phone or on your iPad, whatever app store you used, whatever you were logged into, you should be able to download it to other devices. Is that right, Chris? Maybe. I think so. I mean, I have it on my cell phone, and I purchased an iPad, and I was able to download that app on my iPad. So I was logged in as the same account. If you have issues with that, just email support@mwpmf.com. We'll get it figured out. You might have to buy it twice. I was under the impression you weren't, though. So again, I'm not the best techie person. So I do want to talk about MagnaCon. I know it's not till next year, but we are going to be in person. And even if we all have to wear PPE, I am literally really hoping. If you purchase your tickets for MagnaCon right now, you get $100 off. It's MagnaCon, PEMF.com. If you're unfamiliar with MagnaCon, oh, we're pulling it up. MagnaCon, it's June 9th through the 11th. You all, this is not just education. This is a ton of fun. We give away thousands of dollars worth of materials. We have educations, roundtables, Q&As. We feed you delicious food. We take you to Churchill Downs for a race. I mean, this is a great way to network with other people who are like-minded. There we are. That's one of my favorite pictures of all time. If you were at the first MagnaCon, which was in the basement of our old office, there was 25 people. Look at all those people. That was the last year that we did it live, so 2019. That's at Churchill Downs. We got off the bus. We took a picture. And it is just, you will meet like-minded, awesome people who want to have a good time. We talk about LZR. We have a whole new lineup of speakers this year. So I'm really, really excited. We will, again, tickets are $100 off if you buy them today. And what is included in a ticket? I'm going to tell you. You have to still purchase your hotel room, but you get at least lunch and dinner almost every single day. You get access to all of the practitioners, all of the sessions that go live. You also are entered to win all of the giveaways. And when I say giveaways, like we give away, again, worth of attachments. You get to ride on the bus. We go to Churchill Downs. That's included in your ticket price. We have dinner on Millionaire's Row. That's included in your ticket price. It is just a fantastic experience. We end the week. Ends on a Friday with a party, again, included in your price. And there's a live band and dancing. So you will see me make a complete fool of myself. I danced last time and broke my heel and then danced barefoot for the rest of the time. So it is theme based, the party. So we have a costume contest, or it is just a ton of fun. There's doctors, chiropractors, medical professionals, and just regular people at this event. So please, you do not have to be a certified practitioner to come. Anybody is welcome to come and learn about MagnaWave. There are some classes that are set aside if you are a certified practitioner that you will go to, but other than that, it is a great experience. So $400, and you get all of the food. You get to attend everything. You get to go to Churchill Downs, Millionaire's Row, and watch the MagnaWave Classic. It is a great time. If you've been on MagnaCon, please comment and tell us how awesome it is. I was so sad we didn't get to do it in person this year, but we are going to be back 2021, God willing. I cannot wait. So right now until January 1st, right, Chris? So right now, tickets are $100 off until January 1st. If you, after that, there will be no more discounts. Okay, that's it. It is what it is. The ticket price will be the ticket price. And there's a great app that we send you guys so you can network that way. It is a really good time. So early bird tickets. So Amy says I need to bring my service dog with me to be around crowds. No, you can bring a service animal everywhere in Kentucky. I'm pretty sure you're fine. We've had other people do that as well. I do know that you will not be able to go down to the paddock area where the horses are with the service animal. I know they have some issues with the service animals around the horses, but you will be able to come up to Millionaire's Row, spend the entire time, watch the races. with us. And in particular, okay. So Lindsay says, my first MagnaCon was the virtual one this year. I'm excited to attend the live one next year. Lindsay, you are going to love it. I think the biggest thing that you get is I have a ton of energy. If you haven't noticed, my dad has a ton of energy. We have a passion for PMF and just wellness all around. And we've brought a lot of like-minded people into this business with us. And it will, if you are unsure of your business, if you are unsure about what to do, you are going to leave there so much more confident and feel so much sure, so much better about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And it really does it gives me the energy meeting with you all. I learn something new every year. And it gives you that energy as well. If you are certified and you are up in 2021 for your certification, every 2 years you have to get recertified. MagnaCon counts for recertification. So coming to MagnaCon counts and gets you all set up. We also update your credentials, like your picture IDs. We just have a lot of stuff. Plus we have shirts, hats, gloves, everything that we are there for you all in terms of marketing. We do hands-on training with a dog, a horse, and people, and we are bringing livestock this year. So we will actually we bring a horse to the hotel, you all, and treat the horse. And we're going to do the same thing with livestock. So it is an educational opportunity across the board, no matter what you're doing. Shannon said, MagnaCon is so much fun. Nice meeting other practitioners and learning tons. MagnaWave staff is awesome. Thank you, Shannon. We try. We really, really try. Is there a charge per person if they are under the same business as I am? Yes. The ticket price is for one person because we have to get food for that other person. We have to get a bus to cover all. So each ticket price is covering just the expenses. I'll tell you right now, we have never really had a profitable MagnaCon. This is not something we do to make money. What you're paying for your ticket price is covering food and the place barely, if that. Sometimes, let me just tell you this, to convince my mom to do it again, the first few years has been difficult because we usually take a loss, but I believe that it ends up doing so much more for our people and ourselves that I don't care. We're going to keep doing it. Okay. Terry, your 16-year-old daughter, if she is going to be eating the food and taking part in any of the activities, then she has to have a ticket. Even if she doesn't come to everything, she has to have a ticket just so she can, be involved in all the lunches. We have lunches for everybody. And that ticket is what, allows us to get that for you. So we know how many people we're feeding. Do you have a preferred hotel then? Yes. Roxanne, this takes place at the Marriott. No? Yes. Chris, thank you. The Marriott Louisville East. We actually have ticket prices. Next week, if you get your ticket today, next week the hotel will have their discounted prices. So you will, at MagnaConPEMF.com, you can go there. You can click the link next week, get your hotel room at a discounted rate. So we actually chip in so that you guys get a discounted rate for the hotel rooms. The hotel is beautiful. It is actually the first stop on the Bourbon Trail. So if you are wanted to come to Kentucky and stay that weekend, because this is a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you wanted to stay at the hotel that Saturday and Sunday, they do bourbon tours from the hotel that take you to all the distilleries in Kentucky. It's awesome. They have lunch provided. That's an extra fee. It's not included with MagnaCon, but it is a great place. The food, the restaurant, just everything at that hotel is awesome. There's a swimming pool if you are going to bring your kids. It's a really great venue to have it. So there is a ton of stuff to do in Louisville. If you want to make it a week or a weekend trip, we actually send out information about some of the cool things that we have here. We have the largest underground zip lining. So we have a huge cave system in Louisville, and there is underground zip lining that you can actually go to. It's one of I believe it's the only place in North America that you can do underground zip lining. So check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff. There's like a BMX track underground. We also have huge park system that were designed by the same people that did the big parks in New York, Central Park. So I would, again, recommend visiting us here and staying the weekend. And we will go to Churchill Downs. We will be taking you to Churchill Downs for a fun-filled evening. Okay, so Becky stayed at a motel during the National Farm Machinery Show. It's awesome. There is several hotels around the hotel that we're at that are very nice hotels. So if you don't get into the hotel that we are staying at, you could stay at one of the other ones. But I recommend getting into that hotel because it's just really great place to network, and all of our vendors are set up there as well. Lindsay says, any idea when hands-on training will be available again? No, so right now, Kentucky, we have, if you travel into Kentucky or out of Kentucky, the governor is recommending that we have like a quarantine period. So what we are doing, if you are wanting to do some in-person training, Teresa and Aaron have set up a system. You can email them at education@mwpmf.com, where they actually do a one-on-one call with you. You film yourself doing some sessions. They answer your questions. That is our virtual live training right now. We are allowing people to do that now. If you're interested, email education@mwpemf.com and reach out to Aaron. I have set up a date to do this with you all. We are doing that right now, and then we hope to have it back up hopefully before the end of the year or beginning of next year. We will allow hand training. We are currently working on a program right now to educate some of our elite or practitioners that have been in the business with us for a long time to actually be certified in doing hands-on training in their area. Teresa and Aaron are working on that program right now. We hope to have that up before the end of the year so that you will be able to, if you meet the criteria, you will be able to take part in that program, and we will do that once a year, maybe twice, but once a year we will start that program where people will be able to become a certified MagnaWave hands-on trainer in their area. So we are working on that right now. So you will also have the availability to still come to us, but we are going to start a program where you will be able to find somebody who is educated, trained by us, and near you. Amy, will Pat be doing any training here in Florida? Pat loves to do training. So yes, we could totally set something up. I know he would love to do that. I know he has met with people and trained them while he's been in Florida. You know, he would probably be totally open if there is a barn. He's near Jupiter, Florida. So if you have a barn or a facility near Jupiter and you would like to have Pat Ziemer come out and do some sessions, you know, send an email to support@mwpmf.com. Let us know, or marketing at mwpmf.com. If you have a facility that would like to host him for a few hours one day, I would, you know, be happy to, you know, get the ball rolling and setting that up. Okay, I guess that's it. So I am going to just pick like the number 44, Chris, as the person who wins the BrainTap. 4 is my favorite number. So I did 44. So if you are the 44th comment, Chris is going to go through and pick that person. So don't count yourself, because we have YouTube and Facebook all together is the comments. So he's going to go down, pick the 44th person in our chat there. We will announce that person. Dawn is asking, what location are we looking for a hotel? So it's in the east end of Louisville. Again, it's the Marriott Louisville East. If you go to MagnaConPMF.com, you will find that hotel and that address so that you can see the area around there. But the ticket prices, if you are the room stay prices, or the, you know, whatever you see on their current website will be less for you all. So once you get your ticket, you get emailed the link to purchase that hotel room. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Chris, you tell me when you have a name. You have a name? He's counting still. All right, again, somebody that is taking part today is going to win a BrainTap right now. And they will have to purchase the app if you would like to have that app through MagnaWave, but you get 15 days free of using that app with your purchase. And then, with your prize, and then you can decide to buy the modules one by one, or you can pay that $250 and get everything, all of MagnaWave stuff, the equine, everything included for a year. So, Amy says, "Dang, Jupiter's too far for me right now." Amy, Pat will travel. He has the MagnaWave Express. He will travel. So if you have it on a weekend or a time where, oh, did you put a name up? I didn't see it. If you have somewhere, you know, we set it up right, and as long as Dee Dee is really the one that pulls the decision there, that's my mom. So she loves to do stuff and meet people and have. So if you have an area that somewhere that he could come to, he would just, you know, we can work together and find a place. Especially if you can get other people, we would like to have other people come, and have them enjoy it too. Terry, thank you. Thank you for watching, Terry. We do this every Tuesday at noon. So Usually it's my dad. I try to fill in whenever he's busy. Sometimes it's us together. I spoke to Dr. Amanda Myers, our medical director, last night. We are setting up another wellness webinar for this month. So we are going to talk all things wellness with Halloween and with everything that's going on in our society. So that will be coming up. My dad will probably join me for that. So that, if you haven't signed up with us, if you're not getting emails, please, email support@mwpmf.com and we will send you those webinar emails. Okay, so you got a winner? Are you going to announce it? Okay, Sue Lampton Willocks is the winner of the BrainTap. You were the 44th comment. Congratulations, Sue. You win. So you get the BrainTap headset, 15 days free of the app. And I believe, I don't know how much the BrainTap is, but I know it's definitely expensive. So I think it's like $600 value, somewhere around there, and if not more. So great. Congratulations, Sue. It's wonderful for you. So you win. And if you commented today, I really appreciate it. Pat usually does the phone call in where he gives away his book and stuff like that. We'll pick a few other winners randomly after this and send some of my dad's books and maybe some swag to you all as well. So I'll throw out some numbers after this and you all will be getting a surprise in the mail. So thank you all so much for watching. We will see you at next office hours, noon Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. Thank you for watching and congratulations, Sue. Yay.